Hey, this is Troy Van Horn. Welcome to Intrepid Arpeggios number 5. The point of this series of lessons is to open up your ear, your fingers, your mind to some arpeggio shapes you might not be familiar with. Thus far in the series, everything we've looked at has been a variation on a guitar-centric shape. In this lesson, I'm going to show you some patterns that are adapted from the violin literature. Guitarists, of course, have been borrowing, stealing from violin music for ages. Coming to a head probably in the 80s when seemingly everyone was trying to play Bach and Paganini on the guitar. We're not going to go to those guys. We're going to talk about Vaughan Williams and Mendelssohn. This first example is from a piece called The Lark Ascending, which is a really pretty piece of music for violin by Vaughan Williams. And this has been transposed to a different key so it fits on our neck for purposes of exposition here. So this is example 1, The Lark Ascending. Let's try that a little quicker. So there's a lot going on there. There's sweep picking, string skipping, hammer-ons, pull-offs. It's a pretty tricky little lick. Sounds very wide and open, sort of indistinct as far as this tonality, harkening back to Intrepid Arpeggios number 1, the suspended second. In fact, let's hear that pattern from Vaughan Williams against just a simple B5 chord. You can steal this lick verbatim, obviously, if you like. It's pretty cool. But what I really want you to think about is how you can take the notes of a chord, whatever they are, and arrange them in different ways than you might normally and give yourself a very interesting sound. Moving on to figure 2, this is taken from Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor, cadenza therein, and it looks like this slowly. Notice this is pulled off with a combination of sweep picking and hybrid picking. We sweep through the first 3 notes, as with a normal sweep arpeggio. Then this note A over here, I'm plucking with the ring finger of my picking hand, and then sweeping back to the bottom of the pattern. Let's try it up to speed. So that's also fairly tricky to play. Unlike the previous example, this arpeggio clearly defines and spells out a B7 chord with a lot of information harmonically in there. So let's listen to that against a B5 chord. As with any of the arpeggio shapes here, to fret them, you really need to drop your wrist and probably get your thumb in the back of the neck like this. That just permits you to make these lateral stretches that you need. When you're playing through the patterns, you've got to roll through the shapes, basically fretting each note as you play it. You can't let the things ring. Picking-wise, keep a consistent pick angle and a smooth motion. It's not a series of choppy, picky motions. It's smooth sweep up and back. As usual, start slow on these. Get the feeling of the shapes under your fingers, get the sound in your ears, and see how you can mutate these and use them in your own playing. Or do like I did, go online, just find some music from an instrument besides guitar, adapt it to the guitar neck, and see how you can employ this in your everyday playing.